Hey guys, it's Melanie, Our Divine Ashes from Tumblr. I decided that this week, because it's been a while since I've done a Supernatural Diary, I decided that I'm going to do a little bit of Supernatural first, but I'm also going to do some Fringe, so I guess I'll make that part 2 or something, because I have some feelings about Fringe that I need to get out to, and, but anyway, so, I'm having lunch while I'm doing this. So, Supernatural. Okay, so, whenever I saw the previews, I was like, oh, this is gonna be scary, because they showed the scary monsters and stuff, and I was like, ooh, fun, exciting. It was like, maybe 5 minutes of the episode, and I was like, okay, if you're gonna show us one thing, but I don't know. I was like, what are you doing? The promo team needs to get their shit together because this shit. Anyway, but overall, I love the episode. Because I went over. I was hanging out with Heather and Lindsay. I met them. And we had a Supernatural night, and it was fun, lots of fun. So we were watching, and I love that Sam has finally pointed out that sometimes Dean says ridiculous shit. Like, with the whole, what, do you wanna look like a hostess? And Sam's like, that didn't really make sense, and I'm like, oh, now you notice? Because he's been doing that shit for a while now. But, so, that was funny, and then with the whole sandwich thing, I kind of knew something was gonna be up, but, like, in the back of my mind, I was like, what is going on? But I would be okay with an episode where they just sat around and ate and talked about food. That would make me happy. I would be very content with that. Like, I don't know. It would just be fantastic. I could live off of these things. They're so good. And then Dean was high as a kite, and like, it was amusing, but at the same time I was like, why does this remind me of Future Cass with his whole like, I don't care, but he really does, and sometimes I don't think Ben Edlund intends to give us as much feels as he really... Like, he gives us more feels than he intends to give. And... I read this really good piece of meta. If you don't follow Nerdish, her name is Jenny, I do believe. Jenny, yes. And, she does some really good meta-analysis, and I'll put a link in the box, doobly-doo, to her piece for this week's episode, because that was, I read it and I like teared up. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good, because there were cast feels, and one thing she specifically mentioned was whenever Dean was like, this is the best I've felt in months, and he goes, Cass, black goo. But she says that the sandwich weed thing, whatever, it makes people complacent and more likely to tell the truth. So if whenever he says black goo, I mean, he would have said Leviathan, but he says black goo, so it's like the image of Cass with that black goo on his face has been haunting him, and I was just like, oh. And then the stuff with whenever Sam was like, he hasn't been the same Dean, and I'm just like, oh no, no. Sam Winchester is better than you. Forever and ever. Oh my god, I love Sam Winchester. Now the scene where Bobby is talking to the Leviathan Dick, I don't know exactly what happened during that because I think something was distracting me and I didn't pay attention during that scene very much. But whenever why do they want to break the boys? I don't. Whenever Bobby gets shot, and I'm just like, because as soon as like there were gunshots fired and Bobby was jumping in the van, like Heather or Lindsay specifically was like, they shot Bobby. They just shot Bobby, and I was like, oh please no, oh please no. But basically, yeah, I knew, and I was like. Once again, it's like, let's take everything Dean and Sam love and shove it through a meat grinder. I just want them to be okay, and they're not going to be okay if they keep going like this. They are going to break, and it is not going to be pretty. No, no, no. Okay, so now for my fringe feels. It wasn't a terrible episode. I like that we got to focus on Lincoln a little bit more. Because I love Lincoln, he's precious. But I completely blame Fox for this. That this should not have been a mid-season finale. Terrible decision. Terrible decision. But also, I'm not sure what the writers are doing with the whole Peter getting back storyline. Because I mean, I trust them. I know that it's going to go well, but I had this idea from once I saw the very first episode, because Peter, he created a bridge between the two worlds. And I know they're saying now that it's like an alternate timeline or something, but I don't know. I feel like the way they set it up from the beginning was with the whole like Olivia seeing Peter in her dreams and then Walter seeing Peter in like hallucinating him and stuff. They set it up for Peter to come back and these relationships that he had to be broken. But also the way they had it set up was, it seemed like they were going to have it go where he was going to have to recreate these connections that he'd had with these people. And to me, I think that would have made for a more compelling story. Like, I feel like they're taking the easy way out with Peter deciding, I need to get back to where I'm from. How do you know there isn't any back to where you're from? Because you created this whole new thing, and it's not like, I don't think it's to me, it shouldn't. The way they told the story, it's not like it's a completely third alternate world. Like, whenever you create this bridge, it's creating a whole entity from what you had and not change. I don't know. I I am excited. I saw in the pre-promo that we get to see Elizabeth Bishop, who Mama Bishop. Oh, I love Mama Bishop. She's perfect. And apparently, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning whenever I saw the promo, and so apparently David Robert Jones is back. I am excited for that. So excited. David Robert Jones, you badass motherfucker. Like, seriously. He is perfect, and they are bringing him back. Now, if only they could bring back Newton, too. Oh man. Newton and David Robert Jones would have been besties, and it would have been fabulous. I love Newton, too. But anyway, and then with the whole, I've seen both ways with the whole Link and Olivia thing. People being like, no, Peter Olivia forever. But then some people were like, yay, it's cute, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I'm kind of ambivalent about it. I want them to be broskies. I don't want them to be, I mean, I'm not against them having a relationship, but I think it would be better if they were like, I think people underestimate the power of just having friends and being closely connected to somebody by friendship. I think that can be just as powerful, if not more powerful, than a love story. And so I don't hate it. I kind of wanted, remember back in Redverse when it was Alt-Liv, Charlie, and Lincoln. I loved that. To me, that was my favorite part of season 3. I love their OT3-ness. That was what made season 3 for me. And I was kind of hoping for a little bit of that with Peter, Olivia, and Lincoln. I thought that would have been fun. But I do love Peter and Lincoln's relationship thus far. I think it would be great to build upon that. I don't understand why Peter got him new glasses. Those Clark Kent glasses were pretty awesome. Just putting that out there. I thought he looked good with them. I mean, he looks good with the new ones too, but still. Oh, and then with the whole, he was waiting in the diner for Olivia, and then she was on her way, and what the fuck? What the actual? I knew Nina could not be trusted. I have never trusted her. I will never trust her again. What is this shit? Anyway, so I think I'm done for now. If you guys enjoyed this, I'll go edit now, and then I got other shit to do, so bye!